Hello.
Hi, so I'm Shreya. I would be leading this interview, and this is
Hmm.
our Early Birds Club first O2 drive. So we call it Obstacle to Opportunity. So basically, when I had mailed you, I had said that we are going to follow a beginner's mindset, right? So probably
Mm.
by a beginner's mindset, I meant to iterate that we want to set a layout for those who are out there who are considering certain resources, who are aspiring to become something, or they want to construct a career path to understand how the entire procedure works. So probably
Yeah.
right now you are currently in Aberdeen University and you're
Yes.
studying there. So you must have faced a lot of obstacle also during your course of the entire career path. So this interview will give us a very good insight to know you better, and that will also help our viewers and audience to understand how things are actually there on the ground reality.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
when we go to YouTube channels or we want to Google something, Google has a
Mm.
very biased opinion about everything.
Yeah. That's true.
So if I'm searching that is this opportunity good for me, it will show me all the good pointers for it. But if I'm going to search that if this opportunity is bad for me, it is going to make me realize that my decision is actually biased. So
Yeah, and you cannot trust them. That is the thing. You
yes,
don't know where it is coming from.
exactly. So there are many YouTubers also who talk a lot about career growth, career opportunity. But in my personal experience, when you go on the ground, when the reality hits you, it's very different. And then you don't know, either you go to a consultant or to consult someone from someone that what they have, what you want to do actually in life. But then when it is coming from a person who has actually been through that whole experience, it's a very different scenario, right?
True.
So
Yeah.
Pulkit, I have made a short presentation for you, and once we
Mm.
start the interview, there are a few questions for you out there, and I hope that with your given experience and your career path, you'll be able to understand those questions and answers, right?
I'll try my best.
Sure. So I'm going to start my screen sharing.
Yeah. Sure.
So is my screen visible to you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, welcome to the Early Birds Club. It is a
Thank
small
you.
venture by me and Saikar Das. I am the co-founder of this club. The entire idea was of the club was to form a very close-knitted organization and a network of people who are there, who are aspiring to become something, and connect with those who are actually there to mentor them. So the entire concept of the club is there out itself. So, so this is our first obstacle to opportunity drive, and I'm very elated about the fact that you considered to give this interview at a very short notice. So I'm really grateful to you.
Yeah.
So this is for our audience basically. So Pulkit, please correct me if I'm wrong somewhere. You have done your engineering from University of Petroleum and Energy Science, correct?
Yeah. Energy studies. Yeah.
Yes. So, how was your journey post your graduation? Where you headed to?
See, this is a basic problem in India. When I graduated, I had no idea what I'm gonna do, what in which sector I want to work. I didn't know anything. So I mean, I did my degree. I passed out from the university, but I didn't have much idea about it. So the learning was good, but the only thing is about career, you don't get much information from the universities that which would be good for you, which is not. So yeah, but learning wise, it was good.
Okay, so I would like to know, out of curiosity, that
Mm.
Pulkit, when you said that you didn't knew that where you are headed to post your graduation, so isn't it very obvious that you were interested in this field? That's why you had joined for offshore petroleum in UPS.
I was, but actually, my course was civil engineering. Actually, it's not
Okay.
offshore petroleum. So the thing is, civil engineering is a very vast branch. So a lot of things are there. You can go to highway engineering. You can go to building construction. You can go to oil and gas.
Right.
So when you do a degree, you don't get these informations that in which area you are going. So luckily, I was interested in oil and gas, but the thing is, you're not sure about the scope in that industry, right? Luckily, the one company came, I got hired, and I entered into the industry. But if you ask me, frankly, I didn't know anything about this industry before when I was in the university.
And so, what gave you a thought of, pursuing master's degree?
See, I've worked with Technip for like 5 years. So it's the thing in our industry, when you start working, it's very good at the beginning, but with time, it's like you start like feeling bored, and I mean, you're doing the same work all and over again. So it's just that I wanted to do something new. I wanted to change something because I was bored of doing the same thing. So yeah, I mean, I thought masters, and also for your professional growth, it's like if everyone is a bachelor's, I mean, everyone has a bachelor's degree. So if you want to do something, if you want to like stand out from the crowd, you need to do
Right.
something different. So
Yes.
that's the main thing. I mean, I thought maybe if I go somewhere else, it would be a better opportunity to learn something better.
Yes. So different is the word here in today's educational
Yeah.
scenario and job scenario. I think
Mm.
the keyword which we should root for is being different, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So, Pulkit, so I would like to know that since you're from this industrial background, I would like to know where do you find that what is the scope of oil and gas industry, like where it is headed to?
See, as of now, with a lot of things going on, I think the peak of this industry has passed. But still, with the increasing growth in countries like India, China, I mean, there is never a decrease in demand. So it's not like the industry has died, but it's like with the all these environmental considerations going on, so industry will work, but with some possible changes. They need to do some changes in their working and everything to like to meet the requirements, because we cannot harm the environment also. That is a basic need nowadays. So but I mean, it's very difficult to get the same thing again, like we had about oil and gas industry. It was one of the best, and like it was on the peak few years back. But to get that again is very difficult. But definitely the industry has not died, and there is upcoming a lot of good scope in the industry.
Okay, so do you feel that oil and gas, whatever changes this industry has been through, do you
Hmm.
feel that after 5 or 6 years there would be a lot of demand, but not a lot of demand for field engineers? Because since you said that there are considerable climatic factors here, so possibly they would like to go through an entire process of digitalization or a controlled method of oil and gas industrial activities.
See, field engineering is required in this industry. Without field engineering, it's very difficult to do anything. You need to do it, but with a lot of considerations. You can take some suitable measures so that you do not harm the environment. And also there is a thing. See, we know that okay, there is some harm for the environment, but we don't have enough substitutes. There are a lot of things are going on that we'll have electric vehicle and everything, but it's not easy to have all these things in a day or like in a year. It's a long process. And also in countries like UK and USA, they have central heating systems in their houses everywhere. So they need a lot of gas, and they don't have substitute. So still the requirement is there. You cannot say that we can stop working, or we can reduce the exploration or something. It will go on. But it's just like that. If companies are a bit considerate about the environment, it would be good for everyone. But it will go on.
Right. Right. Thank you for that answer, Pulkit. I am sure that many of our audience, most of our audience who are very skeptical about choosing this industrial aspect as their career, they would get a very clear picture of where they are headed to. So this would be a lot of help for them. Thank you so much. So our next question would be that so this is a basically a research question, research based question, which I would like to know from you. That we often hear that employers say that there is a lot of gap between what students are learning in college and what they're actually expected to know in order to be job ready. That means there is a particularly a lot of learning gap. So there is a difference of learning and skill when you talk about this. And the Economist, the research article in the Economist had recently published an article that suggested that the area of interest of a college degree has never been higher for our younger people, and the value added keeps on decreasing. So I'm sure a degree is a very much mandate for education or and for a resume as well. But then when you talk about the on-ground skills which are there in place, they say that there's a lot of gap in them. So what is your thought about this?
See, this is a good thing, good question. Actually, this is like one of the biggest concern everyone have in their mind. So first of all, I would like to say that um, our education system, they need to change something. It's like nowadays it's a big business where, I mean, it's the most profitable business. They need to change it to education, which means you need to teach someone. And because universities, they don't care what industry needs, right? What they want, they just want to earn their money. This is the thing. They will have a very good campus, they will have like they will provide you good facilities, but in terms of education, they don't care because they don't know. They need to have a very close network with the industry to tailor made their courses to, so that they can provide them what they want. And also, I mean, this is a topic which on which anyone can talk about whole day. A lot of loopholes are there in our system and everywhere. And also, I would like to highlight one point. As you said that because of the increasing, like the population in the university, like graduating students is increasing every day, which is making it difficult to get suitable jobs. So there is a thing that everyone, this I can tell this from my experience also. Like when I was entering into the university, I didn't know about much prospects. I just knew about engineering or doctor, right? So this is the thing, like people should be should made more aware about that. They can take up some different industries also. Engineering and doctors are not the only industries they can go there. So if people choose their industries a bit wisely, I think this problem, maybe it can solve a bit. What I feel, not even 10% people work in the industry where they desire to work, because of the competition. There is a lot of competition. If you have good money or something, you can go into a good private university. They give money to the companies to come and recruit you. But if you don't have money, you cannot have that. You cannot have that privilege, right?
Right,
So
right,
this is one of the major concern. And also companies also have to change their mindset. This is one of the major problem. If they know that what is the ongoing scenario in India, I'm especially talking about India. This is a bit different in different countries, but in India, the mindset that companies have, as we have this campus placement system, they just go to campus and they hire people. If you are able to perform in the interview, you'll get hired. Otherwise, if you are like if you're not able to get a job during the campus placement, it's a nightmare. It's very difficult to get a job for a pressure for a fresher in the desired industry. So companies also have to, like if you see other countries, they don't have in UK, in my university, in University of Aberdeen, they don't have any campus placement system. What they do, all the companies have like graduate openings. They will start openings and anyone can apply for those openings, and they can show their skills and get a job. So I think this system is like it can help many people. Who, some people are like they cannot perform good in an interview, but they are really skillful. So
Yes,
so
right.
everything needs a bit of change for this. I mean, at least in the current scenario, when people either just educate people about everything, like different aspects in their career that they can have, or they need to change something. Otherwise, it is gonna be a nightmare.
I feel that only if having a good communication skill is a mandate or is a KRA for a certain kind of role, or it is the requirement of a role like marketing or sales. You need to have a very good communication, skill. So I think if the KRA is asking for it, then only interview should be a mandate, or it should be a staircase for getting that job. But in case in other requirements, for example, whether it is a field engineer, it's a IT engineer, they have a desktop job. They are not required to be in communication much with the client, right? They need to be back
Yeah,
at the screen. They need to be at the face of the screen, and they need to work on the programming and everything. So for that thing, I think the criteria should be changed, and the criteria should be industry wise, like
yes,
what is the
definitely.
demand of the industry. If the industry asks for it, then it can be made a mandate, or there can be a certain channel through which series of examination through which the candidate is going through. Otherwise, I think their marks and their efficiency and their emotional quotient and IQ, all of them can account for the job, right? So thank you so
Absolutely.
much. And Pulkit, I would also like to know that since you spoke about Aberdeen University, do you find that there is a lot of, this is a bit out of context question, but this is just basically out of curiosity, which I'm
Mhm.
asking, that do you feel that when we talk about higher pursuing higher education from foreign universities, so there is a lot of motivation in students these days to go abroad and study. Do you think it is because of the lack of a very effective education system or a strategic planning in education in India?
See, if you talk about the education, it's not like foreign universities have some magic wand or something. It's not like that. I feel that we have even better professors in India. They are really good. They are really, really intelligent, and they can convey really well. So it's just that we have that mindset that if someone is studying abroad, if someone has come back from like he has studied in any university abroad, he knows better. That's just the mindset
Right.
which we need to change actually. So but
Yes.
this is my experience. I mean, okay, if you're going abroad, you can have a lot of different experience. You meet different people. It's just about the experience. It's not about the education. Or if you talk about faculties or the curriculum, we have better or similar. It's just that we need to change some things, like the system of our education. Like we have courseworks in India, but no one is strict about them. I don't remember if I have done any of my assignment all by myself during my bachelor's degree, because there was no strict rules about it.
Yes.
But
None of
here
us
it's like,
have. They are very,
yeah,
there is very 10% of the student,
yeah.
sector who have done it.
So yeah, so this is the problem here. What happens, I would say I'm not learning, I didn't learn that much from my lectures, but from my courseworks I feel like I'm prepared to work in the industry. So this
Right.
is how those courseworks are important, but we don't care about it.
Right.
So this is
So
the only thing. But yeah, faculty wise, I would definitely say India has better faculties.
correct. Correct. Thank you so much, Pulkit. So, when you talk about oil and gas industry, when you said that there is a scope for this industry, that this is not going anywhere, the demand is going to be more than ever. So, when we talk about opportunity, do you think that there is enough opportunity for the candidates who are aspiring to be in this industry? Are there enough jobs out there when you talk about employment and everything?
See, I think there is I mean, opportunities are there. It's but see, with the opportunities, the competition is also increasing. Like I mean, people are like, they are what people see in oil and gas, what comes into people's mind is money. that if we go to oil and gas industry, we'll earn money. So if that is not what they want to do in their life, still they will go there because they want to earn more money. So you have that much, the competition is increasing with these things. So there's a requirement of having some special skills, definitely. If you want to get hired, you need to know what skills you should have to work in a certain industry. Because for an interview, if there are 50 students, you should have something different. Otherwise, I mean, on what basis they will select you? And also, uh, it's like opportunities are there, but this if the mindset of the companies, it's like it needs to be changed to get better students and everything.
Right. So, when you talk about mindset of the students, what do you think is the essential thing that they should have in mind when they are going for the industry, for this industry particularly? So, my next
uh,
question would be making it more clear what I want to ask. What do you think that helps in deciding the career path basically here? Uh, is it aspirations or are it the professional goals which a person has?
uh, I feel aspiration is more important because professional goals are like they change with time. But aspiration to do something new is more important, which decides your career path. And but is one more thing, you need a lot of courage to to get out of your comfort zone and try something new.
Right.
uh,
And there was Maslow's hierarchy of needs also, that this Maslow's hierarchy of needs was basically designed to show that what has been the trend in among students in choosing the career path. What are actually they tick mark while they are choosing the career path. So is it self actualization or achieving one's potential? So you can see that it is the when you talk about the hierarchy, people are actually wanting to achieve their own potential at the very topmost of the pyramid. They want to achieve their own potential. When they reach to that point, they want to have a career where they are able to realize their self-worth, that how useful they are going to be.
hmm,
So this is going to be the very and then of course there is esteem and accomplishment, that you always want to have that feel of accomplishment, the sense of accomplishment that you have done something in your life, right? Because whatever career we are in, we always want to prove our worth in the end to ourselves first, that yes, I have done this in my life. So
yeah,
that so I also agree with your point when you said that aspirations are the major deciding factor when we talk about choosing a career path, because our aspirations they affect our professional goals. After 10 years of time, my professional goals might change with my aspiration, and it also might change with my current situation, right? So
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, talking about the current situation, since the entire nation has been shook at the wake of COVID-19. So I think that professional goals for many people is now stability. More than
yes,
having a job, it is stability, because now I also hear many people say that, oh my God, I should have gone to, I should have been in a government job. I would have had more stability, because most of the companies have furloughed their employees. They are they are laying off their employees. They are shutting down. So when you talk about such a situation, professional goals have changed for many people, because some
yes,
of us are right now planning to switch our industry. Some of us are thinking of a more stable and secure job, and some of us who are working from home, they want a very stable work life balance, because that has been shook as well. So yes, professional goals change from time to time, so aspirations should be the key deciding factor while we are deciding our career path. So
yes,
thank you,
exactly.
Pulkit. And when you had done your planning, when you had thought that after 5 years of job, it was becoming very monotonous for you, and you wanted to also acquire new skills to be there in the industry, you wanted to, polish your skills basically. So you plan to study abroad. But what are the right questions you asked yourself when you had given this a thought? How much prepared were you?
See, it is like it was one of the most difficult decision of my life because of the investment which is like included in this decision.
Correct.
But what I think, if you want to see, if you're privileged enough, this is the most important thing. If you are privileged enough to go abroad and do something, I would say just people have to go for it, because it's not for, as I told, that Indian universities, it's not like they are bad. They are really, really good in the education. The professors, everything is good. It's in abroad universities, they don't have a magic or something. It's just about the experience. So I wanted to gain something different. Actually, when I took this decision, I didn't know what is going to happen. It was a huge risk for me. So but it was actually what happened. When I was working in a certain stream, but I wanted to change that stream to some different stream. Like if you know about it, we have onshore and offshore
Right.
type of thing in civil engineering. So I started my career as an offshore engineer, but because of some circumstances, I had to move to onshore. But I wanted to move again to offshore, which was not possible. This is the main problem in India, that changing your career is not an easy task, because they are like, if you started working in something once, for whole life you will be working in that same thing.
You have to
Otherwise
go
it's very
back to
difficult.
square zero every time.
Yes. So this is really bad thing about our mindset in India, but this is totally different if you go to these countries like UK. Here you will see like for a 40-year person is changing his career altogether, and industry accept them if they know the person can do it, if they are talented. Because see, that only the knowledge about the work is not important. Your attitude is more important. You can gain that knowledge while working. When anyone enters university industry, people don't know anything. They just learn everything while working. So this mindset is like is motivating people to go out and do something different, right?
Right. Right. So, do you think that, so since you mentioned that the investment is a huge risk here, because is it because there is no guarantee of return, or is it because
Yes.
if you are already planned your career path well, then what can possibly go wrong that you won't get anything in return out of the investment?
See, this is the thing. Here, patience is the key. If you have that much patience that you can wait for your time to come, for your like for things to work as per your planning, you need to wait for that. You need to be patient. It's not like if I'm here, I'm studying here. If I will be thinking like just after finishing my degree, I will get a very good job and I'll be rich. So that's a foolish thing, right? So if you have that much patience, then it's a really good thing. Otherwise, if you are risking everything and you just want to get a really good job, and then that's a huge risk if you don't get it, because that's no one can guarantee that. I came here to study and this pandemic happened. I never thought about it. So it's like, what can someone do in this situation? So you have to be a bit patient. That is why it's a risk which you have to be
Right.
considerate about.
Right, correct. So I agree with your point that obviously we have to take risk if we want to change, if we want to adapt, we have to take the certain amount of risk which is involved. Right.
Yes,
So
definitely. That courage is very important to take that
yes,
risk.
yes.
Otherwise, you can keep on doing the same thing and nothing will change.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel that somewhere down the line, if something wrong has to go, it can happen in your current career path also. Like you can possibly, not adapt to the changes, and you can be outdated. And then what will happen? Your company would throw you out straight away, because today, every day something new is coming in the market. Every day there is a
Yes.
replacement for one organization or another. So I was reading an article. There was McKinsey's report which said that since 2016 there have been almost 32,000 new companies only in India. But currently, if you see the graph, only 1600 out of them have survived. They are still there. That means those 32,000 companies had started, they had started with the idea to become something, but on their path or on their journey towards growth, something went wrong and they dissolved the entire idea. So
Yes.
there was a very lack of management, and you can also say there was a lack of planning in the entire process, because of which only 1600 organizations are only currently there. So when you talk about management, so I suppose that the course which you have taken currently, it is very much related to project management, right?
No, it's not. It's actually it's an engineering course. It's not project management, but yeah, I mean, project management is the important thing for everything. So
Yes,
it is
100%.
related, but not like exactly.
I want you to hear this because I had when I had joined my organization, so I am heading marketing and sales in my area. So
Hmm.
when you talk about marketing and sales, then every client is a project for me. Like I have
Yes.
to crack that project with a lot of scheduling, planning, implementation, everything. So I feel that every job role has a certain project added to it, because whatever work you are going to do, it's going to be a project for you, not even if not for the organization. For organization it is a task, but for you it is going to be a project which you have to take over, right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
can you describe any one time, whether it was in your college, it was in your job life, that when you took up a project and it didn't go as it was planned, and the outcome wasn't as such very much pleasable to you? How did you manage?
See, I remember I was when I was working with in India. I got a task to design a building in a refinery, and which I never did before. So, and also, uh, it's like if you are in a company, no one wants you to succeed, right? So you have to be very careful with people. You cannot tell them that I'm not able to do it, or I'm finding it difficult, something like that, as you said, because they just, if you make any mistake, they just lay you off. So that's a huge pressure on you, and you have to be like very careful and very considerate about it. But only thing you can do in these situations is hard work. I remember I used to reach office at around 7 a.m. when no one is there. I was doing this so that I can find something where I'm going wrong. How can I uh, design this thing? How can I learn new things? Right. So
Right.
I think that is the only thing you can do, because you cannot ask for help. If you will ask for help, people will think like, oh, he don't know this. He's working and he don't know this. So it will be a huge chaos everywhere, and it actually happens. So you can just trust on yourself. You cannot do nothing, I mean, much. If you are very lucky, you can have a few people there like supporting you or something, but that depends. It's not with everyone.
Okay.
So
So
hard work is the key.
yes. So when you talk about your goals and your particular whatever career you are pursuing, what are the three words which come to you when you think about yourself 5 years down the line? Tell me any three words which comes to your mind right now when anyone is asking you on the face that what is your plan 5 years later? Where do you see yourself?
Three words about myself.
Yes.
Okay. So would be courageous,
Courageous. Good.
optimistic. It's the most important thing. You need to be optimistic in today's time, and hard work. I mean, that's
Oh,
the key everywhere. If you are like, if you like, currently I'm doing my thesis in my degree, in my post graduation. So if you fail anywhere, if you feel that you are facing some difficulty, that's the only thing. Just give more time. Try to read more and more. That's the only thing you can do. So
right.
just
And
the that yeah.
Pulkit, what would you suggest people what should they do when they are going through the transition? What are activities they can do when they are going through a transition, like from changing their career or from going from job to pursuing a career? What all activities they should do?
It's not about activities. I would say if you want to change, or if someone wants to change career, the main thing is to get aware about the thing you want to go in. Because see, this is very important thing. If I'm working in something, I know everything about that thing, but if I want to change something and I am going for an interview for that new thing, the company would expect me to have a huge amount of interest in that field. Otherwise I don't have any chance. So so it's very important to know everything about that field, whatever uh, like if they're using some softwares, try to adapt those softwares, and whatever like type of jobs available, you should know everything about it, because this becomes more important when you are changing your career. Otherwise it's like it's nothing.
Right. So, thank you, Pulkit, so much. I think these questions were purely based on whatever questions we have been hearing from the market, and these were the latest questions and trends regarding related to your industry, basically. And I am very much happy to welcome you on board with the Early Birds Club. And I know we have just started our venture. We don't have a much larger audience, but as you said, I have decided my career path based on my aspirations totally. So I'm aspiring to that after a year or so, I want to have multiple webinars with you, wherein I would be inviting students from our portal, from our audience, and I want you to help them. They can be students from your own college, UPS. They can be students from other college. I want you to be a guiding light for them and give them particular insights of what is going in actual in the industry.
I would love to. I would love to do
So
that.
I'm very much, as I said earlier, I'm very much elated to welcome you on board. And I am going to share with you the recording of this session. And post that, you'll be able to see this session on our website, on our portal. And I'm sure that if any feedback comes in and if anyone has any other question from you, I'll be keeping you posted regarding those questions so that you can answer them and help them. Right?
Sure.
So thank you so much, Pulkit, for your time. I hope you have a very good day. And I suppose it's daytime there, right? You have
Yeah,
just
it's
started
like
your day. Okay, I see that you are an early bird already. So welcome to the club, and see you in the next session. Right?
yeah.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.